All right, cool. So you guys should be able to hear me, correct? And let's see. All right, awesome. So it looks like shutting down actually helped. And look, we even got the ping bot to work in here, letting you know that I'm also live with the link there for you guys to come in. Sorry I missed that, Melissa. I believe you probably went over Google. Um, let's see, we have about 5 minutes left. So again, just to reiterate, for me, it's just about trimming or closing or whatever I feel like doing here on the open. And then from there, I'll be doing some scanning and watching ES futures. So ES futures looking like it's trying to make that move into 4073. What I do want to check on are the daily edges. All right, so let's come over here, and we could see that our daily edges, we are above right now. So we want to use those as support if needed, if we come down into those. And what I was saying before OBS started acting a little strange was that today, the PMZ is a little bit wide. It's 5.5 points. I prefer micros if I were to trade off of this. And what's important is looking here. You can still trade ES. Here's my thing. So let's say that you trade ES instead of MES, and you take it on a break of the PMZ to the upside. Let me just show you a quick example. You would say it breaks, it comes in here, and you wait for it to break above. Say you take the long really fast, and as soon as it starts going up in points, then you can go ahead and adjust your risk to whatever you want. You're already making money, you pull that stop up, and then try to ride that instead of, trying to take this here and your stop being under here, and then you get wicked out very quick. I just personally don't like that type of risk, 5 points, okay? Of course, there's a lot of things that we're watching this morning. Google, I like that it's finally up here at 96.69. It's kind of been a dud lately. HD continues to go down, like I said, guys, on that yearly chart that I shared here in the room, also out on Twitter. There's a lot of things that I'm watching. It does feel a bit extended. Tesla, we're in Tesla. How much did those Tesla calls cost on this strategy that we use here at Trendy Trading, which I absolutely love? Um, don't see many other people doing that. Let's see. A lot of people like to do iron condors, but then if they're wrong, they kind of get smacked in the face. The put was only 28 cents and the call was 43 cents. So your total cost on this, not bad at all, just under about 70 bucks or so, $80. So we'll be watching that to see how this guy opens up here. Okay. Anyways, good luck to everybody today. We have a few minutes, 2 more minutes before we open, and I'll talk a little bit more as I start after I manage my trades and get going. And I'll be listening out for Melissa and watching those trade alerts come through right here. Okay. All right, guys, closing those Teslas for 227%. And now we are going to trim some Amazon for 192%. Nice. And then we got Square. I don't think it's opened up. It's not done anything yet. All right, we're almost to target here, so we want to be bringing stops up. Is my Square opened? I don't think my Square is open. What's going on here? I don't think it's opened. We'll get there. I'm closing out all of Amazon there at 238%. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm still not getting Square to open up here. XLV looks like Melissa got out for 68%. Good job. Or XLY. Good job, Melissa. Nice gains. Good job. But Square, anybody know what's going on there? I'm looking at it. It's still at the same percentage it was at yesterday. Where you at, Square? Hmm, so strange. Still not doing anything. That's criminal. It's criminal when they do that, by the way. Very criminal. What a nice open, right? What a nice open. Now I'm like totally at free state of mind, right? Nothing to do except wait for Square to open. Give me 1 second. All right, guys, there we go. 81%, 82%. Criminal, dude. Criminal. It literally did the same thing. I'm closing. All right, I'm almost completely cash here. Sold at 72%. Need to put this over at simpler really fast. and then it takes off. 40, 40. Those are $10. I'm not touching those right now. Let's go to 4,100. Little lotto here. So I am pretty much cash, so everybody knows. I mean, besides this SPX trade. So let me go up here to updates real quick. And I'm not trying to scare anybody out of taking a trade. I'm just updating you after taking those trades off. Hey, babe. Ash. All right, guys. Let's see here. Looks like I have a couple of my buddies are going short here. Some people selling some calls. But for me, what do we do? What do we do? Anybody know? What do we do? We measure, right? Is that what you guys are about to say? We measure. Let's kind of see where we're at. We're holding that 38.2. Okay. So I'm going to put that on and let's go to a 5 minute. We're also in the PMZ. So that's where we were right here. No. See, it's hard to tell when I go from a 4 hour to where's the day? It's like around, yeah, I think it starts right there. Yep. Almost added to this SPX Lotto down here. But oh well, I'll just leave it alone. What's Google doing, guys? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I see the 236 as being basically almost the top of if you look at yesterday's low and go to pre-market high, it's basically in line. Actually, the 23 and the 38 are pretty much in line with the PMZ today, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. I'm watching ES here close below the it's getting there. Hmm. See if they do the same thing they did yesterday. Kind of throw you off. I am short there at 40.52 and a half. Hopefully it's a buy the dip, but I'm gonna short while we're sitting here going underneath the PMZ. So just gonna keep bringing my stops in. See if I can pay for my SPX real quick. Looks like I might be able to if we can get another five. Yeah, and then I'll try to buy back my short side for a lotto. There we go. Keep going. Keep going. You guys will hear it if I get stopped out. Should. Come on. There we go. 40.46 is my stop right now. 40.45 and a half. Keep going. 40, 44 and a half. Almost paid for. Nope, stopped. Almost paid for though. Almost completely paid for. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to go with, let this come in just a little bit more. Cancel replace order. Let's see if I can cancel order. So what I'm doing now, guys, I almost made the entire money back on that pullback. So I'm going to try to get these 40.95s for super cheap if I can. So I try to buy back the 4100 for like 25 cents. Anybody else get a break at that PMZ there? And you could see somebody's excited. That was a dog? Wow. That's funny. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot I have Microsoft calls from when we bought back the short side. And by the way, if you didn't realize, we actually made money on selling the puts and then buying back the call side. And I did not get filled, unfortunately. I tried to buy back this 4100. I would already be making money. Did anybody else, was anybody else able to buy back that 4100 on that dip? Hey Dex, you say you need to get better on shorting, man. It's all the same, right? Just same risk. Just put in a bracket order, take the trade. Try not to think about it, man. I feel like you're thinking about it. Yeah. See, right now it could be potentially getting out for 70 cents on the 40.95s, and they were only trading at 40 cents, and we paid 50 cents. So, see if it happens. Maybe I'll get lucky here. What I would really like to see is that the line in the sand holds today and we get some badass. That looks like a V recovery, doesn't it, Melissa? We'll see. I could be wrong. Yeah, sure. Yeah, did we have other econ that just dropped right on the open probably? Mm-hmm. going from green to white to red, so be cautious. Notice down here your TTM, your bars in the histogram are just starting to turn red. If for some reason it continues down, Melissa and anybody, I would expect what, maybe 5 to 7 bars. That would put us probably around line in the sand or this edge down here at 40.20. So cancel, replace order. I'm gonna go actually with 20 cents here. So I think we're gonna go a little bit lower here. Yeah, this should keep you from doing anything right here. We got an edge here, line in the sand, histogram red. All right, there's the buyback of my short side. So, in a perfect world, later on in the day, if for some reason we go bid somewhere in here and go right back through the PMZ, I'd sell this back over 50 cents. Okay. Now, if you're just trying to, if you shorted with me, you pretty much paid for it. Now you've taken on a little bit more risk. But for me, I'm looking at my overall day, and there's just no way I can mess this up. So that's a good thing. In a perfect world, buying this back and then this rips to all-time highs up here. Not all-time high, I'm sorry. Daily highs. In a perfect world, I buy this back. It only was 30 cents and I sell for like $5. That'd be a beautiful day. Let's see what happens. All right, I'm gonna go sit down at my swing desk and just look at a few things and make sure I'm not missing. I need to be looking at bigger candles. So give me a few minutes. We're gonna leave this right here. If you want, if you're following along, you can always put in an order to go ahead and try to sell again at like 60, 70 cents or something like that. And then you end up making money on both sides here. So, or you could just hold it for the rest of the day. Way to go, PH, on that trade. Good job. Short that PMZ, baby. What's hard is your bias, right? What keeps you from executing these trades sometimes on the PMZ is if you came in and you're like, man. So for example, I say I want to buy the dip, but trying to go short actually throws you off, right? Even listening to people, right? Maybe even listening to me can throw you off. Just remember the PMZ trade is a mechanical trade. I'm always thinking a little bit bigger picture, but for you guys, if you're wanting to only stick to the PMZ, just trade what the PMZ is doing. Let's go. Right now, you can sell. Right now, you can sell back the long, and you made money on the short side and potentially here on the long side, especially if you get over 50 cents. No, Mike has 3 to 5 minutes, and I'll actually trade a SPX long off a 1 minute, man. Yeah, pretty crazy, right? Let's see if we can get back through the PMZ, guys. It's like a Tesla. Tesla risk right now is $1.20. If you don't think it can get over the PMZ, let's see. What is Tesla? I think the implied ball is too high. It's 100%. Hmm. I think I'm holding off on longs until I could see the PMZ, the ES PMZ get back above, or we come to an edge. Hmm. Let's go to the higher time frame. I'm gonna create an alert over 4058. As long as we don't bid over 4058, I'm not going long. Let me see here. Unless we dive down a little bit longer. We have, it looks like three red bars so far. I mean, I'm already long, if in a sense, so I don't want. Let me go ahead and create this alert, single at or above, and then I'm trying to see here three. I would say probably around here. I'm going to create an alert there, and I'm going to enjoy my coffee until one of these alerts go off, and go look at some swing setups. I'll be right back. Boom shakalaka. All right, that's all I was looking for was that quick push back up to the PMZ. Nice. Thank you for playing. Can you guys hear me? Test one, two, three. Test one, two, three. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Got it. All right, guys. So I was checking out UPS. I apologize and trying to figure out if I want to take that trade or not. SPX worked out to the upside. That was nice. If you try to go long right there, you got stopped out underneath the PMZ here. So a little bit of chop. What I'm trying to do is look at Microsoft and see how much we paid. I'm trying to remember. Anybody know off the top of their heads? Let's see. The Microsoft. I'm talking about the Microsoft. Uh, let's see. We did well on the equity. Let me turn this off. Damn, where are you? There's a stop, stop, and then push. Let's see if they actually just trying to close some people out and then make a break for it. We still have a good hour before. Nice close on our square. Woo! Tesla at 159. Man, it's making me happy. All right, do we play push it again right here? Just maybe. Um, so our Microsoft calls are bidding at 50 bucks, and I'm trying to find our trade. Give me 1 second here. All right, so I know we made money on the equity. This was the same day, or give me 1 second. All right, let's see. There we go. Microsoft. So we made 50 bucks here or 48%, depending on how you look at it. I just need to write this down. So we made 50 there, right? So, I mean, you close at 50, and these are going for 50 right now. That's $100, right? I mean, obviously, it depends on how many options you have, but, and then, and these were only when we bought these back, they were probably around 15 cents, 20 cents or something like that. And they're all the way back to 50. So let's come up here. Where is my other? I know there's another leg to this. Give me 1 second. There we go. 35 cents. 35 cents is what we paid for the call side, and we sold at 50. Okay, so we made 50% or 48%. And then, where is the other one? Did we only do the call side? No, we did the put side too as well, right? Yeah. Give me 1 second. Where are we? My eyes are getting bad. Microsoft. Okay, here they are. I'm so sorry. 33 and 35. 33 and 35. And that's 68. And the whole entire position you could close right now at 100. So the overall strategy, can you guys hear me? I feel like I'm talking to myself. Can you guys hear me? For some reason, okay, cool. I just want to make sure. You guys are quiet. Um, let's see. 68 cents, and it's going for $1. So the overall strategy going into earnings is actually up 30%. That's not bad. And I really hope that you guys, even if you're, I'm going to say it again, I'm going to keep saying it every year, talk to your broker and look into spreads because, in my opinion, this is the best way to trade earnings are by debit spreads. Most people will do iron condors, and I just, for the longest time, have been seeing people for iron condors not work out. I just don't see the benefit of it unless it goes completely sideways. And in this volatile market, the completely sideways thing is not really happening, right? One way or another, things are, doing their thing. But anyways, this is what I'm going to do. Let's see, 46 by 47. We'll take some money off and just close out. Okay. And then I'll just make a little note here. Microsoft total earnings play was a debit of 0.68 and total credit was 45 plus the market's pulling back. We got out of Microsoft there right in time. There it is right there. So, and 49. So, 94. All right. So, made money there. Let's go ahead and minimize that again. All right, doing a good job of just chopping people up, unfortunately. But we are primarily cash here, and there's nothing really for me to do at this moment. The only other thing I could do, so on Tesla, I think we paid for our whole position. So let's go back. Let's look at this as well and do the math. Okay. All right, so Tesla made 227% on the call side. So you collected 141. And if we go back to the Tesla trade itself, anybody report tonight? Man, not only that, but we also made money on the equity side of Tesla. Yeah, Cat was on my list as well. Let's see, Airplay expect zero. Okay, Tesla for the put side, we paid 28 cents, right? And on the call side, we paid 43 cents. Boom. So we actually made 100% here, guys. We made 100% on our ER strategy of buying two. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I wish the bots were like, that would be too hard and Brandon would. Yeah. Maybe Brandon could probably do it, but it seems very complicated to me. But sometimes, I just take kind of the idea that I know I didn't pay over 140 bucks for this strategy, per both sides. So it's not bad. And then even on Microsoft, guys, it worked out perfectly. It literally, here, let's take a look at it. We had our, we had the strat. Yeah, check this out. Look at that, guys. I mean, literally, this just goes to show you this is what I love about supply and demand. Price on aftermarket hit our supply zone. Pre-market the next day came down into demand, right? So we were able to capitalize off of selling the puts here, right, for profits, and then we just sold the calls right here. And overall, the strategy played out. Now, the only way that this doesn't play out is, again, if you did an iron condor, which really, if you would have used these levels that I gave you for an iron condor, you'd be making money as well. Pretty neat. So just a different way of looking at it. Now, I will say this is still a candidate for an ACDC. We haven't played out the ACDC, which is about 260. So if for some reason we get a dip again, I would be looking at Microsoft for a longer term position. I'm kind of stuck, Melissa, right now on UPS, but they report on the 31st. Disney, I still like. Google, I still like. Apple, I mean, what did we originally say? It popped after you had brought that up to $1.70, $1.80. Remember, our original trade is looking for 148. We only have one day left. I'm kind of curious, does the ACDC play out next week? Or do we get some kind of crazy event that would push us up $5? Off the top of my head, let's go over here and look at today, or tomorrow on. Let's look at what am I looking for? Market Watch. So tomorrow we have non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate. So you could see the market push up. I mean, if on a bullish note, could push up pretty big, you know. Could could see some volatility there. Um, oh, really? Yeah. Did you see his tweet about manufacturing? So he's like, manufacturing is back, baby, basically. Something like that. So what does that mean for our stocks? You could probably help me with that. Who should we be looking at? Everything? I mean, to me, it's kind of everything, manufacturing, China names. Yeah. Okay. I know. Okay. Congratulations if you guys took the trade plan. Didn't I put cat in the trade plans this morning? I'm pretty sure I did. It came right into our zone and straight back up. Yeah. And like I said, my focus was on, here's my thing too. I mean, I love the PMZ, and I'll talk about this tonight on our webinar, but I also love this strategy. This is like my favorite. The one thing that I would caution you, any of you that's trading PMZ, make sure you find this level before you go short, just because. Because it's easy. If the risk to reward is there, then you use that as a target. All right. So let's just say that, CAT, I don't even know where the PMZ is. Let's just say it's right here. And my target to go long is here. Then you have something to go with. It's like, oh, okay, cool. And let's see. All right. So the PMZ was really thin this morning. Not even a penny. What the hell? Yeah. So as soon as it broke, this is great for marketing, right? Say you risk this 10 cents, say 25 cents. Your reward is at 257.24 and you go short at 259.89. That's not bad. That's a great reward, right? So this was the place to get long, in my opinion, not the PMZ right here. It was down here. That's why, I create these boxes for you guys. So now, if you look at the entire market, it's just kind of, moving sideways. And so it's going to have a hard time here. And we'll probably chew up premium. Do you guys know what Thursday stands for? Theta Thursday, right? So a lot of times, if the market's kind of rolling and doing well, um, Thursdays will kind of turn into a burn premium type of day. So just remember that Theta Thursday, especially if we're coming off a pretty strong week. So you got to be quick. So again, if the PMZ, if you find the 23 and the 38 and you want to trade the PMZ to the downside, it doesn't matter if it's ES, CAT, Google, Amazon, it doesn't matter. All I'm saying is if this 2338 is very close to the bottom of the PMZ, I would be super careful. Does that make sense to everybody? Does anybody have a question about that? Do I need to draw it out or anything? Bueller? Yeah. Yeah, it's probably all Chinese. It's like, what? Yeah. So we'll do it really quick. So basically what I'm saying is for the last almost entire month we've been bullish in here. We've been buying the dip, you know, we've been doing pretty well. My PL is up for the year. Melissa, your PL is up for the year. Things that I know of, right? You were up 60% not too long ago. And I mean, I feel like we're just buying levels, and we'll talk about that again tonight. But if the overall market is bullish and it is trending up, let's just say that this is Monday and Tuesday combined. Okay. This is Monday and Tuesday combined. Let's just write that down. Monday, Tuesday combined. Okay. And that would put us, right here. Okay. That's Monday and Tuesday. And then we come into, Wednesday, and let's just say it's kind of sideways. Okay. And then I'm going to do something like, actually, I'm going to come down here because I messed that up. Okay. And this is Wednesday. And then Thursday, you're looking at taking the trade. This would be Thursday over here. Okay. So so we bought all of this. This is off subject, but remember, we're doing the deck with composite, and like they're bringing it out and they're just kind of dropping it on the ground. I'm like, oh my God, that stuff's so expensive. Not that it can like break, but it is like stupid expensive. I mean, I'm just blown away by how it's 4 times the amount of wood on price. Yeah, yeah. I'm paying 4 times the amount for this stuff than my cost for wood. Like it's just crazy, absolutely crazy. All right, so Thursday we come in here and we're like, hey, we want to take a trade. So for example, right, let's take your trade, Google, for example. What I want you to do is concentrate before I want you to measure the range. So pre-market, so we're going to take the low of Monday or Tuesday, it doesn't matter, wherever that low is, and I want you to pay attention. You might have like a little couple specks up here where maybe we came up to there and but we're opening, let's say right here. Then I want you to measure all the way up, even on this spec. I love pre-market. A lot of people don't. You're going to measure your fibs from here to here. Okay? This is your fibs. Okay? What I want you to find, and I'm just going to use the orange because it's a different color. What I want you to find is the 23.6 and the 38.2. Okay, 23.6. Okay. Let's just say that the PMZ, we're going to put this in red, happens to, I don't know, let's say there's a little volatility right before the open, and the PMZ is here. Okay. Pre-market zone. If you're looking to go short underneath this and the 38.2 happens to be right here, and let's just say it's like 20 cents down. I mean, unless you are like crazy into micro scalping, like for, a couple pennies or a couple percentage points, I would hold off because what's essentially happening here, according to the methodology that I teach, is that you're opening in the bullish channel. Okay. Now, the same thing goes here if you were to think about it. This is the PMZ. Let's say you're about to go long, but the 23.6 is right above you. I get that these two areas are the bullish channel, but remember what I always tell you. Any line to the upside is resistance until proven otherwise, and any line to the downside is support. So you're basically, what you need to say to yourself is that you're opening in a neutral strategy. Basically you're just neutral. You shouldn't really, for me, I shouldn't really be doing anything. I'm just kind of holding, waiting to see. Can we hold 38.2? Can we get above the 23.6? Because in my opinion, if the distance between the PMZ and these levels are not, they're not attractive, why trade them? Okay? So always go back to this and take a look. Like, let's take a look at Google really quick. I haven't even looked at it today, except for with you this morning. Okay. So in this trade for Google, and nice stop out, by the way, on that. I think you stopped out, didn't you? Yeah. I mean, this was a great decision, in my opinion, because we already moved up into the edge almost, literally, almost into the edge, right? And so our reward from here on the breakout was in the morning, right? If we zoom into this and take a look right here, the 8:30 candle, and you and you talked about that, Melissa. It came in so quick, it's like almost impossible unless you're an equity trader, right? I feel like it's a lot quicker. it almost comes up and smacks this. And so you got that opportunity there. And then the idea was to go long out of the PMZ. But unfortunately, if you look right here, this is the first sign. Remember, guys, first sign. You see an edge, resistance. Topping wicks, bears are in control. Third sign, inside and down. Boom, inside and down there. Price moves into the PMZ, which is support. It's below price, moves up into an inside and down, and then breaks down. Okay. Now here's the bigger thing. Let's see how it's performing far as it coming into this demand. I noticed yesterday that the demand zone was right down here at the edge, right? So if we take this and we use this pivot low into the pivot high, now we can see that in this case, right? In this case, it's already broken the bullish channel. So overall, Google, as far as today, that was an awesome stop out. I love that. I mean, if you get stopped out and you're following your plan, that's just amazing. I love it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was perfect. That I mean, that is perfect management, folks. And I promise you, like if you can get into that rhythm, you will become so much more consistent. It's very difficult to do though. It really is. Sometimes even myself, I won't stop out of something that quickly. You'll talk yourself into, well, mate, it's kind of early, right? You'll say something crazy and then it either works for you or it doesn't. But in this case, Melissa did a really good job of stopping herself out of that position because, for one, it expired tomorrow, which you could lose, not learn, you could lose a lot of your value just from this move. I'd imagine these are already down 50% probably, somewhere in that neighborhood. So, anyway, so just apply that, please. All right. And it's the same thing if you come over here. Check this out. All right. Let's look at it from a short perspective. Nothing wrong with that. How do we do that? We come up to the pivot high. Okay. Just use one of these and come to the pivot low. What do you see here? Anybody? What can you guys tell me? Ackerman. We say be careful. I just get out. Probably smart too. What do you guys see in this in the short position? What do you see? If I'm wanting to get short, so in order to be a good trader, you got to know how to get in a short and how to get in at a long. If you can figure out both of those, you're gonna be a really good trader because you'll know where to get out of your longs and your shorts. That's how you can find out targets. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And another thing is right here, it can't get over the 618. Just so happens that the trendy edge is just right below the 618. Remember, whatever you measure, the 618 or the golden Fibonacci ratio says to me that the trend is broken if it so in this case the trend is down, okay? The trend down is broken if bulls can get above 97.63. So if you're on the bull side this morning, this is really where we needed to get above the trendy edge, the 97.63. From a bearish standpoint, you're literally like what Melissa just said, you're still bearish actually. All right? These are just important things to look at and we can come back, we can look at all sorts of different things, all right? Cuz I don't want there to be hyper focus on a PMZ and you forget. Like, yeah, is it mechanical? But remember, folks, I'm always telling you the trend is also super important. Here's Apple. Let's go all the way back to Friday to now. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is you guys know, and if you don't know, I'll tell you more about it tonight, is I don't like to count sideways where I start my fibs. So I want to see where the trend starts. I don't have to be absolute perfect, but the trend for me starts about right here. Okay. This is where it starts to trend up. I'm going to measure my fibs from here. I'm going to go up to, sorry about that. I don't know, right here. And I'm going to go up to the highest point before this morning because it's not fair to like do it now because the price already happened. So this morning, let's see, pre-market actually was right here. It says 820. I'm going to go right there. So what is the trend here, right? From here to here, you can see that we've never broken below the 618. This number right here, 138, is super important, okay, for this overtrend or overall trend that I've measured. Now let's just take the most recent trend if you want, because it's Thursday. Do you guys understand that too? Like if this was Monday or Tuesday, I would be measuring from here to this point. If it's Thursday, I'm not going to measure way down here. I mean, I can so that I can identify the 618. Okay, let's just do that. But if it's Thursday, it's theta Thursday, and you plan to buy a weekly option, it doesn't make sense to me to measure the entire week because you are only contending with right now until tomorrow. And honestly, with weekly options where people really get thrown off, is like you need the trade to work today. Yeah, sure. Sometimes you wake up, it's down, say it's down 50% on Thursday, and you wake up tomorrow and it's up huge, right? That's great. But that's not the reality of things, is that you're betting on like a very small percentage something happening. The probabilities are actually against you. All right. It is. It is. It's a horrible habit. I've been in it. I still get into it. But as a disclaimer, I will tell you, I accept it. So I am absolutely okay with these trades. As a moderator, as a coach, as a trader for you guys, um, it's hard, right? It's conflicting for me. I'm okay with my risk. You may not be paying attention. You may not listen. I'm not talking to you guys who are listening, but we have a lot of members who prefer just to trade alerts. They're too busy to learn right now, or something's going on, and I get that, right? But they may not get to hear me. They don't understand me. So all they see is a number. But behind each one of these is something, right? And if you know me and you know how I trade, that's your job, is to learn me, right? My personality, Melissa's personality, so that when you're out and about, you can go, okay, I get this. I get what they're doing, right? Melissa's quantity comes in and it says 2. That means immediately I know that Melissa probably going to add to the trade, unless it's equal to over 500 to 600 bucks, because she's already made it quite clear. I trade $500 to $600, right? So if she only has 2 quantities, but it costs 288, I know that she's not going to buy more, most likely. That I know of. All right. So yeah, it's kind of neat to like learn, overall like what we're doing and why we do things. So again, back to what I was saying, Apple, if I want this trade to work today, tomorrow, I want to only take into consideration probably this trend right now or just today's trend. It's up to you. But check it out. If I take the most recent trend, again, because it's Thursday, I'm going to take this most recent trend. You can see that it's actually bouncing off of 38.2. Okay. These are the most important levels for me for Apple right now. Okay. Broke down below the PMZ. And if you look at it, it did the same exact thing as Google did. It made a high. It came up probably about 88.7% of the high, or 78%, and it came right back down. It tells me right away that we're getting into a chop zone. What I want you guys to do for everything that you're watching today, go over to a 30-minute chart now. Okay, go to a 30-minute chart and let's pick out the inside and up versus the inside and down. So let's do that and see if we can come up with a plan. So we got topping wicks. We got a big breakdown candle. Topping wick again. Check this out. Apple, if I go down and to the left, I got it inside and up here. And what I'm going to do is use probably this candle here. Okay. This is my zone for right now. If it gets down there, potentially a buy for a relief bounce. Okay. Now we have a trendy edge. The daily edge is right here. So this is support for now, right? Next thing I want to do, inside and down. Do you guys see it inside and down? If you were to look from this candle and look up and to the left, do you see an inside and down? Yeah, it does tell the whole story exactly, Benji. And canoe paddle, it's PMZ, not PMS. Also, although, depending on, that time of month, it could be called the PMS, just maybe. You can change, and by the way, guys, you can edit your messages in here. If you accidentally do something, you just come over here and you scroll like to the right or something, and there's these three dots, and you just go to edit, and you can edit. But anyways, so this is where a lot of people get stubborn. They try to figure out the market and they're not using levels. So for me, let's go ahead as a visual and just kind of create this box here. We know that the trendy edge is support. Okay, so I'm going to write that in. All right, each one of your charts should, be somewhat of a blueprint. We know that, check this out, the PMZ right now, this is resistance until proven otherwise. Let's measure from the pivot high into the pivot low and see where that PMZ is. This is pretty cool. Boom, right around the 23 and 38. This is why I love what I teach and I love my indicators because it doesn't matter what the code is, it changes, if that makes sense to you. It's always the same code, but the math creates a different level, if you will. So this is, my code is not this code. But now that time has passed and we measure, now we find that the PMZ actually falls within the bearish zone of this pullback. Therefore, if price were to push up into this, it would be resistance. Okay. So for right now, when I look up and to the left, I don't think any of you guys answered me. There is no inside and down up here, not on a 30-minute. So what we do is we click on the 30-minute. We then go to, it doesn't even matter. This is the cool thing I learned as well. You want to be different than the competition. The competition's all using the same stuff. Am I right? Think about it. I was always told if you're using free indicators, you're losing, right? I can't tell you how many, I forget what they're called, CMTs. Is that what it's called? Anybody know? Anybody correct me? CMT, is that like a chart technician or something? Or I don't know. You have to get like your license for it. Anyways, they use the same indicators that the retail uses. Literally, it's all the same. And the disadvantage there is everybody's looking at the same thing and the market makers know it. Let's change our time frame to something weird. 22 minutes. All right, do you see an inside and down yet? Okay, you could say on a 22-minute, that's an inside and down right there. Okay, but that one's not very clean, so we're going to change this up a little bit. Let's go to the time frame. Let's just go to a 20. Let's hit OK. There you go, certified market technician. Thank you so much, TraderX. Not making fun of them. What I'm trying to tell you, though, is when you look, a lot of these guys with the certifications doesn't make them a good trader. All right, really doesn't. If you come up here, the 20-minute cleans it up a little bit. Okay, there's your inside candle. You guys see that? It's actually a double inside and down. Okay, now this formation, the entire formation, I'm going to draw a circle around it. Okay, looks like this. Boom. Use this wick and this body. This is the sell zone. Okay, now let's see if we could tighten that up. See, when I use a 20-minute, it's a 143.25 by a 144.29. So basically a dollar risk, right? But if you don't like a dollar risk, you try to tighten this up. So in a way to tighten it up, you have to drop the time frame. So now let's go to 15 minutes. And for these sakes, let's just do like 17 minutes and see if anything changes. All right, notice things start changing a little bit. Formations start to look a little bit different. Now we have a triple inside and down, okay? And one could make this a little bit tighter by using this formation right here, okay? Now let's go ahead and change this one more time. And let's go ahead, we're gonna skip a couple and go to 10 so I don't bore the heck out of you. We're going to go to a 10. All right. So this starts to tighten it up. Now I have a whole different formation. Okay. And let me show you what I'm talking about. That is your inside and down. Everybody see that or no? Now look at my wrist, 143.50 by 143.98. Everybody see that? Now let's go to 5 minutes. Okay, this is a 5 minute chart. Check it out. Okay, it pretty much doesn't change. I mean, you have a double inside and down, but it's already in the PMZ. So there's a inside and down right here. Okay. All right. So we have our two opposing zones right now. And we're going to use what I'm going to do. I just want to show you how you can tighten it, but I'm actually going to keep this up here. Okay. And why do I do that? Does anybody know? It's just to warn me with the topping wick like this. Like if I were to just make this right here, you might get too comfortable and try to go long here and not look left and see that we have selling pressure. So that's what that's from. Okay. So we lightened up the risk a little bit, but these are your opposing zones. Let's go back to a 30 minute. All right. And that's your opposing zones, folks. This is, and I'm very confident giving you these levels. This is what I feel will be your trading range today. Okay. Right there. Now, could I be wrong and it come all the way down here? Yes. But from a digestion period and things just going sideways, we could see things just kind of stay in here. All right. Any questions? All right, cool. So right there. So where it kind of gets, I don't want you to get analysis paralysis, but where it gets kind of confusing is like, hey, John has a zone right here, and we just happen to be right above the edge. So what could you do in this situation? You could take this level here and do this. This is, in my opinion, the best way to approach what I'm teaching you. All right. Now, you find a level by manually identifying, right? And then you see my level underneath. Why would you not connect them? Especially if it's only like so many pennies, or you know what I'm saying? So now these zones give you a little bit more flexibility to trade in and out of. Okay. Now, the overall trend, could lead you to something like this. Remember, 148 is what I think we could see on Apple if we play out the ACDC. But for now, today only, this is what I'm expecting. Okay. Let's see, what is Tesla doing? Hey, Melissa, how is everything going with your renovation? Things looking good? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Very cool. They start making the dig for our pool today. But I talked to the guy and he's like, don't get too excited, and I'm like, nah, man, my expectation is, Yeah, it takes forever. So, yeah, my goal I in my head, and I shouldn't have this expectation, is July 4th. Yeah. Yeah, he told me 4 months. So that's May-ish. But you got to realize we're coming into the 4 months is good though, isn't it? I mean, most of the people I talk to are anywhere from 7 months to a year. Okay. Yeah. You guys see Stripe plans to go public in the next year? That's what we use for our website. Yeah. From analytics standpoint, it's the best. Like I can, there's just so many analytics. PayPal is weird. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. PayPal told me the other day that I'm not allowed to take more than $19,000 out a month. All of a sudden, I'm like, what? Yeah. So they put everything else on hold. I'm like, when did you guys make this up? Right? And you guys know they had some other stuff that was weird, but just interesting from that standpoint. Mm, that's crazy. What anybody in here? Okay, there's got to be some big ballers in here. I don't know what that figure is, but I just have this question. If you have a lot of money in your bank account, when I say a lot of money, let's say above 200,000 cash in your checking account, what do you use different measures? Like, do you change a different kind? Like, what do you do? Like, do you put it all in a savings? I mean, it's just weird to me. Yeah. Where where would you put it? Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I was just wondering. I was like, man, how do people walk around if they have that much money in an account? Like, just mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh man. I have to write a check my first payment for the pool today for the contractors. I am paying, actually it's 30%. It, yeah, and I have like three payments of that, and then obviously the last 10%. Well, it looks like we might get some pullbacks to our levels, so let's just be patient. I don't want, I don't want to throw out, I know this sounds I'm kind of jinxing myself, but, I don't want to throw out too many trades before we have a webinar. It's like, it's one of my pet peeves, I did a webinar not too long ago, not me, sorry, I attended one and I'm like, the person lost like 5 trades in a row, and I'm like sitting there thinking like, it just was weird. That's all I'm gonna say. And it's like, okay, and then they say keywords like, "Oh, I always win," or "I always do this," and you're like, "I just lost 5 times on you today," you know. So I know that Melissa and I we do really well, but I am kind of cautious about that kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah, pull back, and for me, I just let me see. Is it below the PMZ right now? I mean, it's only a $2 risk. I mean, if you want to go for it, do you see the inside and up right here? This is where we talk ourselves into a trade, by the way, guys. No trades, no trades. Don't worry about it, folks. We're not taking any trades before bloop. See the alert go off. Roberto's been here long enough, right? Roberto's like, how many times, Roberto, have I said I'm gonna be patient and I buy a trade within 3 minutes? I stopped doing that, but I used to do it quite a bit. I'd be like, all right, guys, choppy market. Let's be cautious. Goes over the PMZ. I'm in. Do it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Oh, really? Yeah, he's in here. If you look up, he said he's in main chat. Are you in the wrong chat room? Yeah, well, do you have it like crimped up in a chart? Okay. Mm. Let's try this. I'm doing I'm doing a butterfly. So this is a 300% trade if it works. If we get, but it would have to pin. So we'll see. But it's a small risk, $90. Yeah. But I'm bullish on Tesla. You guys know that. So, in the Ashley Fund, I have quite a few Tesla positions. So, I was happy today. Four, 420's coming. 420. 420. Meaning the price. I don't know. But if if we hit 420 again, the memes will come alive again. The Joe Rogan thing. That's for sure. But honestly, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put that there and leave it. I'll check back a little bit later. Um, I want to work on a couple things, and I'll check back in probably towards the end of the day. It's European close here. I don't think I have a session over at Simpler. I just want to double check. Let's see here. No. So yeah, I need to take care of some stuff, and then if I again, I'll update. Obviously, I'm here at the house doing a lot, but we get started tonight at 7, so don't forget that 7 Eastern. So, well, is it 7 Central or 7 Eastern? Dang, no, I'm forgetting. Okay, got it. All right, I'm gonna step away, guys. Talk to you soon.